have to apologize this morning. We're under difficulties. I've had a strep throat for the last week. So the lecture will continue until the voice goes out, and that will be the end for the morning. Well, we have a rather curious subject this morning, but I think it is one that has meaning and considerable contemporary significance.
Well, during many years in which I have been a kind of last resort for troubled people, I've had much too frequent contact with this situation, and I think it's only fair that it should be reported and recorded and preserved for those who need it or have a mind to accept it.
At a very early date, it became evident that the human being was in serious difficulty trying to understand where he was, what he was, and why he was. He looked around him and he saw a nature unfolding, but behind this nature, as he saw it, there must be something else, but he had no way of really trying to discover what it was. He was bound within the small area of his own life existence.
We all know that the human being is at great disadvantage in the presence of a mystery. From the earliest time, man had more courage in the day than he had in the night.
I haven't enough insight to forgive this person who has injured me so long. I can't get over the grief or the grudge or something of this nature. Well, if we are perfectly quiet under those conditions and just let nature have its own way, the guardian angel will help. It will come in as the spirit of conscience. It will kind of reveal to us all of the elements and factors that are necessary to a proper adjustment. First, it will calm the antagonisms. It will help us to realize that these attitudes are not of God, but belong, if to anything, to the anti-God or antichrist. That there is nothing to be gained by perpetuating evil. And then perhaps we will say to the conscience, but I'd like to, but I can't forget. I can never forget what has happened. And the guardian angel says, don't forget, understand. And if you do that, you will probably find that you can transform the injury into soul power and soul growth. And when you do that, the guardian angel will pat you lightly on the back and let you know that you have succeeded in something. So it's kind of nice to think about the idea that there's someone around that is on our side of almost anything, as long as we are on the side of truth. If we can be on the side of the realities of life, there's always something that's with us, something invisible, but something real. Perhaps we want to call it the higher part of ourselves. Perhaps we want to think of it only as the soul which we have received from God. Perhaps we'd like to think of it as an elder brother somewhere, or an older sister who's kind of watching over, or a kind of spiritual parent who never fails. But whatever we want to consider it, the belief in a guardian angel has undoubtedly contributed a great deal to the moral growth of mankind. Whether it's demonstrable or provable or not, it is a beautiful necessity. It is something we're all better for believing, whereas doubts and negative attitudes do nothing to help. They do not give us any further strength or insight with which to labor for the perfection of our society or the advancement of our own ethics. It is therefore very good at this time to kind of try to make an acquaintance of this character in yourself. Try to find the guardian angel. All you have to do to find it is to be quiet for a moment and think a beautiful thought, and it is there. Just don't give up the attitudes of a being that is all love and is with you always, and therefore is always available to express itself in your own love for all values that are right and for all duties that need the doing.